Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Puranamunina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavati Ashtadashaധ്യായിനീം Amba Tvamanusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshini. Hari Om. Happy to be back. Shrimad Bhagavad Gita is said to be the essence of the Upanishads. And if we think about what is the main message or what is the main topic of the Upanishad, in the very introduction to the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Adi Shankaracharya very clearly points out that the supreme knowledge which gives me the clarity of my real identity, based on which I understand my roles and responsibilities, and I am able to efficiently act to succeed and also fulfill myself. So this entire knowledge is presented mainly in a true two-pronged manner. Shankaracharyaji's words, it is said that there is two faces or two channels of dharma, and one is called that which involves action, and the other is called that which withdraws from action, pravritti and nivritti. So in the second and third chapter of the Gita, Bhagavan Shri Krishna has talked about both these. And when we say both, it is actually part of one only. So ultimately, what is the aim? I need to know myself. That's it. And after knowing what to do, once we have known ourselves, then be. That's all. There's nothing to be done. Okay, but to reach that state of being, and in order to know, there can be questions what to do, how to know. And that doing part is called pravritti. And after that, when I know, then nivritti. Then no action can bind me. So, in this language of Bhagavad Gita, the third chapter is talking about karma yoga, pravritti, how to act, the entire science of action. And what is the purpose of karma yoga? It is a preparatory means to achieve that knowledge, to be able to grasp and internalize that knowledge of my own real identity, which is in the language of Gita called as Sankhya Yoga, the second chapter. Although the second chapter is the entire Bhagavad Gita in a nutshell, still the second chapter does talk a lot about the supreme knowledge. The very beginning of Sri Krishna Bhagavan's sermon starts with that supreme knowledge only. And eventually, the end of the second chapter also is talking about the man of realization, that is the supreme state of being. And the third chapter gives us the path by which I can reach there. So, the path has been talked about, the goal has been talked about, what would be the nature of a person who has reached the goal has been talked about, what could be various obstacles and how to overcome them, that also has been talked about in the second chapter itself and little bit in the third chapter also. So actually speaking, Gita is over. So second and first chapter was Arjuna's condition, his request, and the second chapter he has given all the knowledge, whatever is required for anyone to reach the supreme goal of human life. It's done. So now what more needs to be told? There's nothing more. And Arjuna also doesn't have any question as such. Because if Bhagavan teaches, who will have questions? Only question could be, I want to know more, or please speak more, I am feeling very happy to listen to you. More than that, if Bhagavan speaks, there can't be any doubts or anything like that. Doubts arise because of our mental state, not because the Guru is teaching in a particular way. So here, Bhagavan also finished his instruction. Arjuna did not have any more questions. So third chapter is over. But still there is a fourth chapter. So what is this fourth chapter about? So here Bhagavan himself begins to talk. What is he saying? That all this knowledge that I have told you, how did it get passed on? How has it reached you? Understand that. So talking about the parampara, and this is very important because we also often, when there is an advertisement, etc., we watch in the TV or anywhere else. So, there is a brand ambassador. When you see that brand ambassador, oh, this person also uses this, then I also want. So, that endorsement has to be there from some really well-known, influential people, successful people. Whether they use it or not, they will say that I am using this, this is the secret of my success. And they get money for saying that. They may not be using it. But we look at it and say, oh, they are using it, so I also want to use it. So now this parampara also, where did this come from? What is the source, ultimate source of this knowledge? And who all have been the channels of this passing of this knowledge, and how has it reached me? I need to know that. One is to get inspired to know, walk the same path. There is also a second reason why I would want to know this, is to understand the value of this knowledge. That it is not easily available. But for this parampara, it would never have reached me. So I feel so grateful. So here, Bhagavan is starting the 4th chapter with this parampara as a stuti, as a praise of this knowledge, that such great knowledge. Why? Because it has been passed on through these people. So here we'll read the first verse of the 4th chapter. Please repeat. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवानुवाच इमं विवस्वते योगम् प्रोक्तवानहमव्ययम् विवस्वान्मनवे प्राह मनुरिक्ष्वाकवे ब्रवीत्. Now Bhagavan starts Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. He says, hey Arjuna, this knowledge, the ultimate source of this knowledge, which knowledge? Imam Yogam, this knowledge that I just gave you. The path of action and the ultimate state of knowledge and being, this whole knowledge, the source, what is the source? Where has it begun from? Proktavan aham. Bhagavan is saying, I am the source of this knowledge. You? Yes. Okay. So which means I am the first recipient of this knowledge. Not now, Arjun. Then, Vivasvate Proktavanaham. I gave this knowledge in the beginning to Vivaswan, that is the sun. Surya Devata, sun god. I gave this knowledge to the sun. In the very beginning. This much itself, Arjuna's eyes popped out. He had a lot of questions immediately. But we'll come to that. But see, this is a good quality of a good student. He immediately doesn't, cut off the teacher. Wait. How? You tell me, how did that happen? He is listening first. That let Bhagavan finish what he has to say. Then, when I get an opportunity, I will ask. So Arjun is waiting. Good student. So, Imam Yogam Aham Proktavan Vivasvate, to the sun. Proktavan means in past tense, long ago. The very beginning, I gave this knowledge to the sun. Oh. Then, Vivaswan Manave Praha. This Vivaswan, this sun, he gave it to Manu. And Manuhu Ikshvakave Abravit. And this Manu gave it to Ikshvaku. So, began from Bhagavan himself, then sun god Surya, Vivaswan, then Manu, then Ikshvaku. This is the lineage. Okay. Now, what kind of knowledge is this? Avyayam Yogam. Here the knowledge is said to be yoga, the word yoga. This is Bhagavad Gita language. So Bhagavad Gita, every chapter is named as yoga. So Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yoga. But he is not talking about two yogas. He is saying one only. Why? Because Karma Yoga is a preparatory means to achieve that knowledge. So therefore it is one only. So in singular, he is saying yogam, this knowledge. Aham proktavan, I gave this knowledge to Vivaswate, Vivaswan, to the sun. Now this sun, if we see, the sun god received this knowledge. Now who is this sun? Greatness of this entire parampara. Surya Devata is the very life of all of us. If there is life on earth, that is because of the sun. Not only that, the sun is not, we say that sun is constantly giving light and warmth. Is the sun giving light and warmth? We say yes, from one standpoint, yes, he is constantly giving. And what does he take back? Even if he drinks some water from the ocean, he gives it back as rains. He doesn't take it for himself. So he doesn't take anything, keeps giving. Karma Yogi, constant Karma Yogi. What does he get from us? Pollution. That we can't see him only clearly. But still, does he say, anyway, these people don't wake up early to see me. Why should I come in the morning? But still he comes. Every morning. Only to give. What a Karma Yogi. But then, is he a Karma Yogi? If we think about it further, is he giving light and warmth? He is light and warmth. And just by being, he is giving. So his Karma Yoga also is an expression of his own being. So which means he is the greatest from the knowledge perspective also, and from the preparatory Karma Yoga perspective also, he is the greatest. And that is where the first source of knowledge, Bhagavan himself gave it. And when we say I gave, of course this question will be asked by Arjuna and Bhagavan will answer that also. But we have to understand, in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan is not speaking as the blue boy of Vrindavan. He is not speaking as a particular incarnation. He is talking about the Supreme Self. So from that standpoint, he is saying, I was the ultimate source of this knowledge and I gave it to Surya, who was the most fit student. And he himself today also, we worship him, adore him. And this Surya who received this knowledge did not keep it with himself. Vivaswan Manave Praha, he passed it on to Manu. Now this Manu also is it is said the first king was Manu. It is said when the creation began, Brahmaji created Manu and Shatarupa. So we say that Manu and Shatarupa were given the responsibility. Now you multiply the human race, populate the earth. That is why Manu is also called Prajapati. He was the first king. So this Manu, the first king, was given this knowledge. King means Kshatriya. Now who is Bhagavan talking to? Arjuna. He is also a Kshatriya, warrior class, a king, prince, and he is saying Manu got this knowledge. And why did he get this knowledge? So that he could do his job well, so that he could govern, he could be an ideal king. And this Manu only, even till date, and that time more so, Arjuna would have definitely known that the human code of conduct was instructed by Manu, which is called as Manu Smriti. It is called as Dharma Shastra also. That it is giving us a guideline as to how one should act, what one should do, what one should not do. All this guidance is given. Based on what? Upon this knowledge only. So, this spiritual knowledge is the basis of every other knowledge also, even Dharma Shastra. Adhyatma Shastra is the basis of Dharma Shastra also. If I have a question what I should do, whether I should do or not, how I should do, etc., the question, the answer we get, that answer also is ultimately based on spiritual understanding, spiritual knowledge. So Manu got this knowledge and his greatness, Arjun, you know, yes, of course. And Manu, he immediately gave it to his son Ikshvaku. So his own Swaputraya, to his own son, to his own child, he gave this knowledge, Ikshvaku. And who is this Ikshvaku? This Ikshvaku king is very famous. If we read Ramayana, we'll know that Ikshvaku is a great king of the solar dynasty in the Surya Vamsha only. And Ikshvaku is an ancestor of Lord Rama. Such a righteous, great king. So these are very, very famous names. If we talk about some great leaders, some great, administrators, so such kind of names these are. Today we may not feel that, what Arjuna is feeling, but at least we appreciate that these are great people of great achievement and they were all warriors, leaders, kings. So Kshatriyas. So this is the parampara. Now parampara, when we say this Kshatriya parampara is talked about, so Shankaracharya also explains a little bit, saying that why is Bhagavan talking about Kshatriya parampara? So he says this knowledge empowered the Kshatriyas so that they could protect this knowledge and the people with knowledge. And they said if this knowledge and the people with knowledge were protected, then the world is protected. So actually, the world is running because of this knowledge. There is harmony in this universe because of this knowledge. So this entire parampara, and there's also another reason why Bhagavan has chosen this particular parampara, because the channel has many channels were there. So why Bhagavan has chosen this parampara? Because he is talking to Arjuna, and Arjuna will feel inspired that yes, my ancestors, people like me, the achievers in my field got this knowledge and achieved. So I should also get this knowledge. I should also walk this path so that I can also succeed. So with that, inspiration Bhagavan gave. Acha, what kind of knowledge is this? Imam Yogam. Which type of? Avyayam Yogam. Avyayam means imperishable. That kind of knowledge which is imperishable. Now the point is, knowledge means it is imperishable only. Can knowledge be destroyed? Books, yes, can be destroyed. Knowers of knowledge can be destroyed. But knowledge, it cannot be destroyed. Let us say, nobody knows. Nobody knows. But still there is something, right? What do I not know? I don't know this. Means that is there, which I don't know. So my not knowing does not destroy the knowledge by itself. But yes, it is not in vogue. That's what Bhagavan is going to say next. But knowledge by itself cannot be destroyed. And here this knowledge specifically is saying Avyayam Yogam means what? The outcome of this knowledge, the result of this knowledge is Avyayam. means what you get out of this knowledge is something that is indestructible. It can never be destroyed. So what we get out of it will never be lost. So many other branches of knowledge, after some time it gets outdated. After some time we say that now it is no, you have to upgrade, you have to update yourself. This is old thing. I know this is all we have heard in our childhood itself. This knowledge is something that is forever upgraded. It never goes stale. It is never outdated and never perishes. Ever fresh. This knowledge, the outcome of this knowledge is that complete liberation, freedom, moksha. Once I am liberated, after that there is no getting back into bondage. For example, when I wake up from dream, even if I wish to, am I able to go back to the dream? Sometimes we want to. We wake up and too early I got up. I was just having the last morsel of food. It was so delicious so then what we do? We close our eyes and Jabardasti will imagine that and we say, eat. Now I wake up. As though I did not go inside. I just imagined that I went inside. Actually, there is no entry. Once we have woken up from a dream, that's all, no entry. Similarly, from this state of ignorance and sorrow and bondage, once we have risen above, then there is no entry. No entry into sorrow. Oh, there is such a state? Yes, that is why it is called Avyayam. It cannot perish, it cannot be destroyed. What we get cannot be taken away by anybody else. If I study and then write an exam, I pass, and then I get some job or some post or something like that, that can be taken away from me. Or after a few years, I only will have to step down. It is possible to get destroyed. But this never cannot be destroyed, cannot be taken away. Forever Avyayam Yogam. That is what makes it very special. And Bhagavan is saying the same knowledge. The source is, I only gave it to the Surya Devata, he gave it to Manu, he gave it to Ikshvaku, and this is how it has been passed on. Oh, okay. So, if you have already done your job long ago, why are you teaching me again? You could have told that go and learn. You say, I have given already. So, I have given. So, one thing is, Bhagavan is not lazy. He doesn't mind teaching 10,000 times also. But there is also another reason. So, he is saying in the second verse, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakale neha mahata yogo nashtaf parantapa sa evayam maya tedya yogah proktah puratanah bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam hyetaduttamam. Evam parampara praptam imam yogam. This knowledge that has come down through this great lineage, evam in this manner, such great people. This is the lineage, this parampara. And parampara praptam, para means the one who is above, guru, and apara is the shishya who is below. So this parampara, this passing on of this knowledge, it has been continuously flowing for a long, long, long period of time. And imam rajarshayo viduhu. This Rajarshis means the royal sages. Sage means the one who knows, the knowledgeable one. And royal sage means they were actually kings and also got this knowledge. So kings endowed with this supreme knowledge, such Rajarshis, they knew this. And when we say such great people were involved in this lineage and they got this knowledge and passed it on, means it is a time-tested body of knowledge. It is not something that somebody felt inspired for. It was like, it's not a bubble of inspiration and then I say, oh, let me spread this, and then after some time I myself only forget about it. We do that sometimes. Suddenly we go to a yoga camp and then I feel so inspired because in that camp everybody is doing, so I also feel inspired. Then for 1 week anybody comes to my house, I do lot of publicity for that yoga. You should do this, I have been doing this. Since when? Since last 3-4 days. It's very beneficial. You must do this. You must do this. I will teach you. I will help you. I will wake you up in the morning. So much of publicity for 10 days we will do. And after that, after some time they will come back to our house and say, are you still doing that? What? What yoga? Oh, that was that time, after that, just got left out and I missed it for a few days, then never started again, what to, gone. So it was like just a bubble of inspiration for some time. Temporarily I got, I want to do this, and then gone. So this is not like that. Parampara praptam. It's time tested. So many great people have been in this lineage. And all these people had this knowledge. Rajarsha Viduhu, they knew this. But what happened? Time is a factor that nobody can escape. So whenever there is a passing on, it is over a period of time this passing on happens. And sakalena iha, mahata kalena, because of a long period of time, what happened? Yogaha nashtaha parantapa. This knowledge, nashtaha, again see, nashtaha does not mean this knowledge got destroyed. Knowledge cannot be destroyed. Nashtaha means what? It just disappeared. It was not in usage, it was not in vogue. People felt life is going on nicely, why do I need any other knowledge? They stopped missing it, stopped pursuing it, stopped looking for it. No demand. And when there is no demand, Bhagwan's rule is very pakka. If no demand, no supply. So unless there is demand, Bhagwan will not supply, because without demand, if he supplies, then the commodity becomes cheap. And Bhagwan will not give us cheap things. So he will say, okay, if you don't want, I am not going to enforce that upon you. So here, Bhagwan says that Nashtaha means it just vanished, it just disappeared. It was not in this passing on, this lineage suddenly got broken. So there were no students, no takers. So slowly, even in universities this happens. If you don't have students for a particular subject, slowly they stopped offering that subject in that university, and slowly that department is closed down. Now why? No demand was there, no student was there, so we closed it down. What about the teachers? Teachers went somewhere else. But there also I heard there are no students. Yeah, so teachers changed their field. They stopped teaching this. Why? So now people stopped learning, people stopped teaching. Why? Gone. And people felt, everything is going on. And that is why today also if you tell people, we are having Bhagavad Gita classes, why don't you come? Why? What will happen by that? To know, what to know? I already know so many things. I'm a successful person in my life. I'm doing well. Why do I need to? What more do I need to know? If you want to know, I'll tell you something. But I don't need to know anything. What is there, Bhagavad Gita? We say, no, no, no. Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to be happy. I'm already happy. Why do you need Bhagavad Gita to be happy? I am happy already. No, it teaches how to succeed. I am successful. What is there? And without Bhagavad Gita, I have succeeded. So my life is a proof that you don't need Bhagavad Gita to succeed. See? No, no, no. Your success should have significance. It has enough significance for me. It may not be significant to you. That's your problem. But for me, my success is significant. So what are you talking? We may use whatever words. But people say, without this, life is going on. Why do I need this knowledge? This is called yoga nashta. This is what is, the value is lost. Because we feel, what is the need? Everything is fine. Life is going on. I don't need this. So this is the state. So this knowledge stopped getting passed on, even if it was there, very, very few people knew it. But because there was no demand, they also could not go and teach. We may, reading this, we may feel, people don't demand because they don't know about this. But those people who know, they should actually take initiative and teach. We will understand this when we try to take this message to people. We should try today. Go back home. Make one phone call. I want to tell you what I learned today from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4. Are you okay? What happened? I'm not well. Something wrong. I think you should rest now. We'll talk tomorrow. Without demand to teach is very difficult. That is why we understand the greatness of saints like Puja Gurudev, who created this demand and then supplied. Because we did not know even that we should demand. Even Adi Shankaracharya ji, and to some extent we should say even Bhagavan Shri Krishna was like that only. The first chapter we saw, he took the chariot and put it in front of Drona and Bhishma and said, these are the people you have to fight against. Tell me now what you want to see. That he created a demand and then he gave the knowledge. So sometimes we have to do that. But Bhagavan says that now people stopped pursuing this knowledge. People felt life is possible, life is going on without this. Why do I need spiritual knowledge at all? And therefore, the parampara broke, and even if it continued, it was like in trickles. There was not a stream anymore. It was just some droplets here and there. Few people were pursuing it. So, sa evayam maya tedya yoga prokta puratana. So this puratana yoga, this old day knowledge, that age old wisdom, that only adya te maya proktaha, I am giving you today. I just gave you that same knowledge. So it is a time-tested knowledge, parampara praptam. It is not something new that I have invented. It is something that has passed on through great people. It just got discontinued somewhere. But now you are a recipient of that same knowledge. And he is addressing Arjuna as Parantapa. Parantapa means a scorcher of enemies. This is you are not scorcher of enemies, but this ignorance is your greatest enemy sitting in your heart. When will you remove it? And that is possible only by gaining this knowledge. So Arjuna, That same knowledge I am giving you. And the first recipient from Bhagwan was sun. Now again I am giving you, and you are the recipient. So you also should shine like the sun. You are so brilliant. Come on. You receive this knowledge. Now, this is a good encouragement for the student also. But sometimes we may feel, no, why Bhagwan chose Arjuna only? Why should he not? No, he should have given to anybody else also. Why only Arjuna? See, one reason is Arjuna chose Bhagwan and therefore Bhagwan chose Arjuna. That's one thing. And of course, there are many other qualities of Arjuna that also we know. But here Bhagwan is talking about some of those qualities and saying these are the reasons why I am giving you this knowledge. I just gave you this knowledge. What is it? Bhaktah asi. Me bhaktah asi. You are my devotee. Means you love me. And sakhacha. And you are my friend also. See, when we love God, we cannot love God like, hey, Bhagavan, you are my friend. Come sit with next to me. When we love God, it is with that attitude of surrender, that attitude of submission. We can't order Bhagavan to be my friend. I approach Bhagavan with humility, with submission. But Bhagavan can accept me as his friend. That is his choice. See, Sugriva, first time when he went to Sri Rama, he went as a devotee. He went and prostrated. He said, I have seen you. I don't want anything else in life. Bhagavan addressed him as Sakha. He said, you are my friend. And a friend only helps a friend. So I will first help you. Even Vibhishana, he also went. He went and submitted himself. But Bhagavan accepted him as, and that was his Bhagavan's, standards. He said, I am a king. I am right now in the form of a king. Sugriva is the king of monkeys. Vibhishana is the king of Rakshasas. Very soon, Ravana is not going to stay for long. Because Bhagavan had made up his mind. So it was just a matter of time. So Vibhishana is the king of Rakshasas. So then these are also kings. So they are equal. So they will be my friends. So Bhagavan decided to. So Sakha, when we say, it is acceptance from Bhagavan's side. Bhaktah asi means you love me. And Sakhacha means I love you. So Bhagavan is telling Arjuna so beautifully that you love me and I also love you, Arjuna. You are my Sakha. And Sakha means what? Sakha, the word Sakha, the translation is friend. But the word Sakha means those two people whose names are always taken together. And that is why at the end of every chapter of the Gita, what do we say? Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade, Krishna Arjuna, once together. Which other name is there with Krishna? Any other Pandava's name? Krishna Yudhishthira, Krishna Bhima, Krishna Nakula, Krishna Sahadev, Krishna Bhishma, Krishna Drona, Krishna, any name? Krishna Arjuna. So such a good, and these two names are taken together. So those names which are always taken together, who are always together. They may be doing the same things or not, that's a different thing. But they are always related to each other. They are together. Sakhacha. You are my Sakha. And this Sakha only Bhagavan can say, we can't say. Because we forget him also. What Sakha we will say. He only remembers us. And this has a reference to Mundaka Upanishad. In Mundaka Upanishad it is said, there are two birds which are perching on a branch of a tree. On the same tree, both of them are there, who are similar looking. But one is engaged in eating fruits, the other is just sitting there and watching. So, what are those two birds? One is Ishvara, the Lord, who is endowed with knowledge, and the other is Jiva, who is ignorant, and therefore going around tasting fruits, and when there is a nice tasty fruit, he's very happy, and sometimes bitter fruit or sour fruit, he is unhappy, and then there's joy and sorrow he is going through, and then the other bird is just looking, Sakha, I love you so much, but I will not impose myself upon you. See, a good friend is one who doesn't impose. Bhagavan is pakka sakha. So he keeps looking, and then that bird, after too many bitter fruits, because that bird needs bitter fruits to realize the futility of its endeavor, and then it looks up. And then when it looks up, sees the other bird smiling. Ah, come, 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 come to me. This is Sakha. This is the spirit of Sakha. So Bhagavan is saying, you love me and I also love you. And we both are together. जन्म जन्म का साथ है हमारा तुम्हारा. Who is saying this? Ishwar and Jiva. So our first relationship is with Bhagavan. And through him, all other relationships. And if we realize this and remember this, then there will be harmony in all relationships. So that is the meaning of this Sakha. So Bhagavan is so beautifully, Bhagavan is saying, Arjun, you love me, I know that. But I also love you. That is why I am giving you this knowledge to you. Bhaktosi mein sakha cheti. And what is this knowledge? Etad uttamam rahasyam. This greatest secret. The knowledge is greatest, of course, but it is secret. Secret means what? That which often we tell everybody, saying not to tell others. So here the not to tell others part is not there, that's all. But secret, rahasyam means what? Very few people know. That is called a rahasyam. If nobody knows, it is not a secret. Because no one knows about it. No, you know, there is a secret. So what is it? I don't know. You know, you also don't know. See, that's secret. Both of us don't know. Then what is the secret? There is no secret. If nobody knows, it's not a secret. If everyone knows, even then it is not a secret. Very few people know, and it becomes a secret. And that is what is the previous verse Bhagavan said, Yogaha Nashtaha. Means now people are not pursuing this knowledge, people are not demanding this knowledge, they don't want this knowledge, they have somehow got disconnected from this knowledge, and therefore very few people are there who have this knowledge today. Rahasyam. And whenever we tell something to someone, this is a secret. One thing is the attention immediately. What is it? Tell me. You pay more attention. You will retain it also because it is a secret. And then if you want it to spread more, you should say it is a secret. Don't tell anyone. Then it will spread everywhere. So Bhagavan is also, through Arjuna, spreading this knowledge. He says everyone should know this. But it has become a secret now. What to do? It was well known. Now it has become a secret. But at least few people are there who know it. Let us also try and know. So now Bhagavan said, I am giving you because Arjun, we have such a beautiful bond of love, mutual love. So I want to give this knowledge to you. If I love someone and give something to that someone, it will be the best. Uttamam. It cannot be something, because someone who is my beloved, I won't give a third-rate thing. I will give something which is the best. So that is why Bhagavan is saying, we have this bond of love, therefore I give. From these three verses, we also understand who is eligible for this knowledge. So some great names have been told. Are you great like the sun, or are you, so Karma Yogi, or so wise, or so efficient, so successful like Manu, Ikshak. That is highly questionable. But I think Arjuna possible. What is it? Bhakto. Do you love Bhagwan? I don't not love Bhagwan, but I don't know whether I love Bhagwan. Arey, why are you feeling so, you just say I love Bhagwan. Yes, I love Bhagwan. I love Bhagwan. I have faith that He is taking care of me, He loves me, and He will give me the best. If that bond of love, that faith is there, definitely we are eligible for this. I am giving you this knowledge. So, here Arjuna heard this, he was feeling very happy. But very intelligent person, Arjuna. He had this question. What is the question? He says, Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvatah कथमेतद्विजानीयाम् त्वमादौ प्रोक्तवानिति. Arjuna, now Bhagwan finished what he had to say. Then he got an opportunity to speak, so he asked his question. He said, Bhagwan, I have one doubt. Okay, what is the doubt? Arjuna is our representative. Bhagwan has said such a beautiful thing, you are my Sakha, I love you and all. But still, he is stuck with that thought. Aparam bhavato janma, you were born just a few years before I was, sometime before I was born. Well, little bit elder than me. Aparam, and much later. But Param Janma Vivaswataha, and the sun was created like in the beginning of creation. So, sun was born much before in time, and you were born just some time ago, few years ago. So, how do I understand that you instructed Surya Devata about this? That I am not able to understand. Here Shankaracharya ji says it is actually not Arjuna's question also. It is our question which Arjuna is asking. Shankaracharya ji very clearly says, so that others don't have this question and they don't get stuck, Arjuna is actually asking this question on our behalf and saying, why? How come this was possible? You said that I gave this knowledge in the very beginning. But you were born just few years before I did. So I don't get this point. When did you give this? And is there something I am missing now? Is this sun new? Some new sun which I have missed? So please tell me, what is it? So how do I understand this chronology? Arjuna is asking this question. How to know without any, contradiction that you only instructed the sun. Now Bhagavan is giving very beautiful, very significant verse. The reason he is saying, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bahuni me vyatitani Janmani tava charjuna Tanyaham veda sarvani Natvam vedha parantapa. This talks about the date of birth of Arjuna and Bhagavan also. He is saying, Bahuni me vyatitani. I was born in May, and Janmani tava 4 Juna, 4th June you were born. Some people interpret it like that also. 4 June, oh 4th June. Arjuna asked about birth, so 4th June, oh. And Tava means yours. So your date of birth is 4th June, and I was born in May, earlier itself. So here, Bahuni May Vyatitani. May, yes, true. We know May. But here this May is different. He's saying, Bahuni Janmani. Janmani means births. Bahuni. See, Bahu means many. Okay. What is the plural of many? Many itself is plural. What is the plural of many? There is no such word in English. But in Sanskrit, Bahu means many. Bahuni means plural of many. So which means infinite number, countless numbers of Janmani. So many births. May, mine, and Tavacha, and yours also. Vyatitani. Have happened. What is Bhagavan saying? That we both, Arjuna, have been born many number of times. Bahuni janmani vyatitani. May, tavacha, mine and yours. Many births have taken place. So here, this verse actually talks about these two sakhas, Ishvara and Jiva. And these two sakhas, what is common between them? The first line indicates the commonality. What is a common? That both of them have taken many births. Many births means many forms. They have manifested in various forms. Common. But what is the difference? Second line of this verse. Second line says, Tani sarvani aham veda. All those births I know. Tvam na vedha. But you don't. So what is common between Ishvara and Jiva? Various manifestations. Common. We call it various births. Now the birth also will have a question. Bhagavan unasked, he is answering very soon. But what is common? Various manifestations. Various births. Both. But what is the difference? Ishvara knows, Jiva does not know. Does not know means I know only this much, the present manifestation. Whereas Ishvara knows the entire journey. And not only his own journey, he knows my journey and every Jiva's journey also. So what is the difference between Ishvara and Jiva? Knowledge and ignorance. That's all. Otherwise, it's one and the same. That is why Sakha. Sakha means they are identical to birds. Always together. But one knows, is sitting. The other does not know, so is struggling. So Bhagavan is saying, Arjun, many. Means what? I was there that time also. Before the sun came into being, I was there. So I gave this knowledge. And now, again I have taken this body. I have come as this form and I am giving you this knowledge. So I have done this before. So there have been many births for both of us. I know them, you don't. So this now slowly, one question Arjun asked about just chronology. Now Bhagavan is giving the entire principle of this Janma, and he is in a way introducing himself also, who he is. And so many beautiful concepts Bhagavan is giving in this chapter. This chapter is called Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga, or Jnana Yoga also it is called. It is the various concepts of not only Vedanta but even our Hindu culture is being talked about in a very, very beautiful manner. The philosophy, the application, all this is so beautiful. So we'll see this. This is a very, very important chapter, and also it happens to be Puja Guruji's favorite chapter also, fourth chapter. So we'll take it up further in the forthcoming classes. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ